Hi guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So, I've decided to ease myself back to video making with the tag actually that I was tagged in from the lovely Miss Bella from Bella's Crocheted Gifts. Hi Bella. Several people I've watched multiple videos of people who have been doing this tag, and I figured I would join in since I got tagged, and why not? So it's basically getting to know you. It's Family Feud tag, I assume, because there are questions that may come up on Family Feud. Maybe I'm supposed to supply a top 3 answers. I'm not really sure. I guess I should have been looked that up, researched that before I started the video. But anyway, maybe I will, maybe I won't. You know, I'm a chatter anyway. And yeah, let's get into it because I am a chatter. So the first question is, so I wrote this down in my handy notebook, something that you hate to find in your yarn. Well, I can tell you my survey would say the #1 answer is knots. I hate finding knots in my yarn. I used to just test it and see if they seemed to hold. I would just keep going and keep crocheting as though it was what it was. But I have over time began to doubt that they will stay like that. So what I do now is I always cut it and just act like I'm attaching new yarn, and then, you know, even if it's more ends to sew in or whatever. Which would bring me to a answer number 2 would definitely be something that I hate to find in my yarn is more than 2 ends. I've gotten skeins of yarn like that, and like, where did this end come from? Like, what's going on? What is cut in here? Why is it? It never leads to a good answer. Never, ever. If I were to think of a third answer though, I mean, it doesn't bother me to find, like, when I'm crocheting along and I find hair. I know a lot of people have said they don't like to find hair. I don't love it. I pick it out if possible or whatnot. If it's like my hair crocheted in, I guess I would not like to pull it out, like be pulling my yarn out and find somebody else's hair in there. Like, that would not be optimal. I think what I did not like the most, if you saw one of my Michael's hauls from this last year, somewhere in there, I didn't do that many, so I had ordered a bunch of the cozy, is it cozy tweed or something like that, the one with a little bit of wool in it that I really liked, and I'm actually using right now in something, but I had ordered a bunch of it and they must have like had it fall onto their floor with like some shattered pallets or something, because there was like wood chunks in it. I was not pleased picking all that out. So I guess debris, maybe that's a better, like, debris. I do not like to find that in my yarn. So those were my like top 3 answers. I doubt I'll have top 3 answers for all of these, don't worry, but my #1 was definitely knots. So question number 2, something you do for your significant other when they buy you yarn. Well, most of the time, David does not buy me yarn. I buy me yarn. So it's more like you know, when you call your husband or your wife or whoever, and hey, while you're in the store, can you pick up eggs? Or hey, while you're at the store, can you pick up this? That's usually my only like request time. Like, sometimes he'll be in another town doing, like, if he's doing like something for his guitars or something, And I'll text him and be like, hey, while you're there, could you run into Michael's and grab me one of these or something? So like in those cases, obviously I thank him. Usually I pay him back. That's something I do for him. Monetarily. He doesn't make me, like, don't think he's like, okay, but give me my money, or it's nothing like that. But I like to, I don't know, I just like to pay for my own stuff, I guess. I've always kind of been that way. I try to do something sweet in return, like I'll get something for him that he needs for like his guitars, or you know, just like a little something, because he's not like, to me, I'm easy to buy for. Like, he knows what colors I like. And so like, just, hey, and frankly, even colors that I'm not the biggest fan of. Hey, look, yarn. I'm happy. With him, it's like, okay, what do you need? Do you need guitar strings? Do you need more picks? He does not need more picks, that's for sure. Do you need, you know, this? Do you need that? Like, so, now usually I guess my number one answer would be that I pay him back. Number 3, something that you snack on while crocheting or knitting. Nothing? I don't usually. I'd have to be pretty hungry, because I don't want to get my fingers, I don't want to get anything on them. You know, like the stuff that I like to snack on. Well, first of all, I'm counting my calories. So like it would have to be something like lower in calorie. Because like what I like to snack on would be like Reese's peanut butter cups or Sour Patch Kids or something like that. But I cannot just sit there and snack, or that's an awful lot of calories built up right there. Yeah, really honestly nothing. Cause like I would maybe snack on, I don't actually snack that much either. Like, we buy snacks, but like if I eat a serving or two of whatever random, like insert snack here, sometimes that ends up just being the meal that I eat. So like I might, and I'm that person, like we've bought Doritos recently. So like I will sit there, read the bag and be like, oh, it's 17 chips. It might be 14. I don't remember, but like say it's 17 chips for a serving of Doritos. And I will sit there and I will measure out, or, you know, pick out and count 17 Doritos or whatever. And if I look and see like that seems like a good amount, then great. Or like if I'm like, yeah, I might be hungrier than that, I'll stop and consider it and be like, yeah, maybe I'll just do 2 servings of this and like some water or some this or that. And then, you know, that's my meal, which I know is not healthy. But like a lot of times I don't eat like a breakfast or a lunch anyway. So as far as like calories for that meal, I just skip them anyway. My big calorie intake is usually dinner, to be honest. Sometimes when I diet, I know this is really getting off topic now, but sometimes when I diet, I do something that I got from my friend Chris that I thought he was kidding when he said it, but he called it the Caveman Diet, if you've ever heard of that. And I think that's what's evolved into the paleo diet, but I'm not positive about that one. I just know it was the Caveman Diet when I first looked it up. But there's like 3 different stages to it. And the first stage is you literally don't eat anything all day long anyway. Like you drink water. Or maybe no, that's a lie. The first stage you can snack on things too, but they have to be things like from nature. So they'd be like raw berries, or like, you know, like raw almonds, or just like fruits and vegetables or something, you know, like a little bag of mini carrots or something like that. But they can't be Doritos, for example, or anything like that. And you drink a lot of water for that. And then I think it's the second stage where you eat nothing all day, but you do drink water. But then you get to eat like a big, huge dinner. And it's not exactly counting calories, because they pretty much say you can eat whatever you want. But the idea is you don't want that much by the end of the night. So I know it's a weird thing, and it is criticized a lot, but I have done it several times and it has worked all of those times. And Chris does it. He did it several times, I think. So anyway, super not what the question asked, but snacking, nothing really. Let's go back to that. Nothing really. Number 4, an item found in your yarn bag. And I brought it with me because, like, no matter what yarn bag I'm using, usually it's this small one. I think I've shown you guys before that it was sold in Meijer like years ago as a gift bag, but it's a lined bag. It's a lined little purse, and it's got a fuzzy side, and it's got 2 little eyes, and it's a little monster face, right? So this is akin to that. But no matter what, if it's that little one or if it's like a bigger project bag, I pretty much always bring my Notion pouch, which is this fuzzy monster bag. I had gotten this at Walmart years ago on clearance. It has to have been like 4 years ago or something. Has to have been at this point. But there's a little pocket in the back, and like currently it's holding some of my yarn wrappers because I save those till the end of the year wrap up and count how much yarn I've used. There is whatever crochet hook I'm using when I put my project down. So right now there's an H hook in here. There is needles that I actually haven't opened this pack, but there are my favorite needles in there. I threw this in here, I thought I might use it, but it was a free gift from one of my Hobie orders, and I haven't used it yet, but this is one of the row counter things. That I guess I just turned on by accident. I was just wondering if it worked. Yes, it does. We're on row 144. This was also from a Hobie order, and I don't use it obviously for sewing at all. Take the cap off, but it's one of those seam ripper things. But I guess I threw it in here thinking like maybe if I ever need to, like, especially if I'm knitting and I need to like go in and grab a stitch or something. I don't know what I thought would be a great idea for it, but it's in here anyway. And then the only other 2 things I have in here is a needle that is open, which is an old plastic, just your basic plastic sewing needle or yarn needle. And I don't really use these that much anymore. I switched pretty much to these metal ones. I'll show you again. I love the metal ones with the big eyes. Love them. But this pack isn't open. I guess I just mostly sew my ends in at home. And then the other thing in here, well, I guess it's 2 other things. Like I keep a stitch marker on here attached. This one is actually from the lovely Kay from Kay's Crochet Haven. Did I get it right, Kay? Did I get it right? And my scissors, which are these little, I always call them my derpy unicorn scissors, because if I can get it to focus, see where the hinge is? I always thought that was an eye. There's actually an eye above it if you really, really look. But I always thought that was the eye. So I thought it had like a big bulging eye. So it was always like just derpy to me. There we go. Anyway, so my derpy unicorn scissors are in there too. So that is always in my yarn bag whenever I'm on the go or whatever. Just stuff that I find necessary. Number 5, something that you drink while crocheting or knitting. Diet Pepsi. Bella actually said she already knew the answer to that. That's all I drink. I drink water and I drink Diet Pepsi. So it's going to be one of those 2 things. Even if we did, survey says 3 questions, the other one would just be blank, I guess. Well, in the fall, so it's coming up soon, Big B Coffee is about to have their fall apple cider. I will drink a warm apple cider from there because it's like cinnamon and caramel. It's apple. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. We make our own at home. Like Damon and I figured out everything to make our own at home and everything too, so it doesn't cost as much. But it's still nice to go to there because he likes to go there and get stuff, and it's nice to go there and just have it made too. It's so good. But that's very rare. Yeah, it's usually water or Diet Pepsi. Number 6, something that you watch while crocheting or knitting. YouTube. I watch a lot of you guys. I like to catch up on everybody. And when I'm not watching YouTube, Stranger Things is very high on my list. I also just finished that show on Hulu that I watched, Only Murders in the Building. Let's see. I feel like there's something. Netflix is about to have The Munsters. It was revealed that is coming to Netflix soon, by Rob Zombie, who's one of my favorite directors ever. Like to me, everything he does is gold. Even the stuff people don't like. Like, people were not a fan of The Lords of Salem and 31. I loved them. I thought the man was a genius. Anyway. YouTube and Stranger Things is my answer. Name a sport, number 7. Name a sport that you love to watch or play. There are several. My number 1 absolute favorite would be baseball. Go Tigers. I'm a Detroit girl. But depending on the season and whatnot, I have several favorite teams spread out across several sports. I love to watch football, both regular proper football and American football. In regular football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, my favorite team are Sheffield United, the Blades. Love them. Love keeping track of them. I keep track of them mostly like on my Google play-by-play on the phone, just because I don't think I get them anywhere. Like, I don't think I get a channel or anything that has them, and I don't know of anything that streams them that I wouldn't have to pay like a subscription price for, which makes me very sad because I would watch that all the time. American football, I'm a Steelers girl. I'm sorry, Michigan, I've betrayed you. I do not like the Lions. Never have. Hockey. I like to watch hockey. I like my Red Wings. Does that cover in the sports? I'm not a big basketball girl. Like, when I was in high school and everybody liked it, I still didn't love it, but I picked like my favorites just so basically I could talk about it too. I liked the Lakers back then and the Celtics. Pretty opposing teams, I guess. One's from Boston and one's from LA, but I think I just chose the players that I liked, but I liked Larry Bird from the Celtics, and I know you'll probably think that back then I liked Magic Johnson, but I actually really liked this guy called Vlade Divac. I don't know if anybody's familiar with him or not, and don't know how popular he actually really ever got, but I really adored him. I thought he was awesome. I mean, I'll watch almost any sport if you sit down. Oh, yeah. Well, I know another one. I'm sorry. Curling. Love curling. I don't know. I don't care if people think it's or consider it like that's not a real sport. Yes, it is. I love curling. I'll watch it every time the Olympics are on. I literally have subscribed to it on YouTube on the like World Curling channel and get my updates on it. I pretty much don't care who's playing. I love watching curling. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's actually probably right up there with baseball and soccer. Like, I love it. I love it. Do any of you guys like that? Just out of curiosity. Probably not. I'm probably like the only person that gets that excited over curling. Anyway, I think we've talked about sports enough. Let's see. Number 8. Name a fruit that isn't round. Star fruit. That's star-shaped, right? I know. I mean, I know there's other ones, but like almost every fruit is like, 'cause I mean, like, peaches are peach shaped, but that's kind of round, you know? Apple's obviously round, orange is round. Lemons they're oblong. I don't know what a dragon fruit, I guess I've never looked that up. I don't know what a dragon fruit looks like. I feel like I should have some like really smart answer, but I think star fruit's that's about what I got. Star fruit. And then number 9, name something that you crochet or knit for Christmas or the holiday that you celebrate, which would be Yule in this house. It's a weird combination mixture of Yule and Christmas because there's just some traditions that kind of overlap and then there's some that don't, and I do a little of everything. I don't really celebrate, obviously, the religious aspects of Christmas so much, but I do celebrate the gift giving and the camaraderie and everything else, which a lot of that is similar with Yule. So anyway, the holiday season. What I usually crochet or knit. Some years I really get it into me to start doing some handmade gifts and everything like that. However, as of late, what I usually do is decorations of some sort. I've made a wreath for the front door. I've made the stockings that we hang up every year. I've made the Christmas tree skirt. I've made... What else have I made for Christmas, Yule season? I feel like there's other stuff. I can't think of it right now, though. That tree skirt was a big one. I've actually made 2 tree skirts, but I think my ex-husband ended up keeping it for some reason, even though he didn't even like Christmas. I think he just knew how much I liked the tree skirt that I made. And then instead of recreating that one, I just made a completely different one, which I'm also super in love with, so I'm no regrets there. And it kind of matches the Christmas stockings that I made, so... But yeah, so usually decorations. This year, who knows what I'll make this year? I don't know. I think that one of the blankets for Andy that I make is going to end up being his Christmas present. He doesn't watch this, so I know he's not going to... He knows he's getting blankets anyway, so even if he did watch this. And then Damon has been bugging me about Christmas present blankets, so I think he's jealous that Andy's getting it. So, yeah, I'll probably be making a few blankets this year. Probably not a big surprise to anybody. But yeah, I think that's it as far as specific Christmassy, Yule-y type things, unless I think of something else. But usually it's decorations. Yeah. So, and now I know that I am supposed to tag some others, which of course that I did not write down or put any thought into before I did this video. So of course I'm going to start with the cop-out. If any of you that are watching it would like to do so, feel free. If you are a content creator, please do it. Feel free to tag me saying that I nominated you because I want to see your answers. If you're not a content creator and you just want to write down below in my comments some of your answers, that's fine with me because I still want, like, whenever I do these, I want to know other people's answers too. So feel free, if you're not a content creator, to write down below what your answers would be. And as far as tagging, I have to think about people who have not yet been tagged. Let's go with, I think I've tagged 2 people. So how about, hopefully she hasn't been tagged by anybody, Samantha from Amethyst Craftworks. It's your turn. Tag your it. And Sandy from Crochet Egg Canada. Have you done this? Have you done this? You've done this. honorable mention tag. I know you've done it because I remember watching you and George's video. Who's likely to want to do it? Bella's already done it. Trish has already done it. Rosanna's already done it. Wow. I hadn't realized how many people have already done it that I think might actually do it. Kay, have you done it? Kay from Kay's Crochet Haven? Tag you're it. I don't think that I've seen your video, so you and Samantha are now tagged, my lovely witchy girls. So, yeah. That part's over. All right. But yeah, so anyway, that's actually it. But if you want to, like I said, feel free. If I didn't name you, feel free. I just don't know who's been tagged and who hasn't and who actually wants to do it. Like, I don't think that Courtney is a big fan of doing these. I don't think, and I don't think that Rose from Rose Likes Crochet is that big of a fan, or I would have tagged both of those ladies. If you are big fans and you want to be tagged, consider yourself tagged. But otherwise, I'm going to let you guys go. And thank you so much. I didn't give a proper goodbye in my last video. But thank you so much for all the kind, sweet, loving words that you guys have said, and all of the positive vibes, the love and the happy, warm thoughts, and just everything that you've been sending my way. Thank you, those of you who've said that you were keeping us in your thoughts and in your prayers. We appreciate that, because it does not matter what faith anybody is. It doesn't matter. The fact that you think of us enough to keep us in your heart makes me really happy and appreciative. So thank you. But yeah, so with a proper goodbye, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you to all the new people who have joined us, and I will see you very soon, okay? Bye guys, I love you.